J-Lo and Ben Affleck, latest news today, plus previous co-star Shades Jennifer Lopez. We got to talk about this mess, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. You guys, welcome back. If you are brand new, whole vibe on my channel is like we're on a FaceTime call, okay? And you guys know we are here spilling tea from my very sparkly Disney-esque closet. Some of you guys are saying that it looks hoarder-ish. Girl, where's this hoarder? Who is telling Ariel that her thingamabobs are hoarders? Okay, bitch. Everything is placed perfectly, and these are all my favorite things. So instead of criticizing, if you want a closet tour, comment below. Anyways, listen, you know there cannot be a day without some J-Lo mess, honey, because if it's not that and it's not her, this is me. Now, I know a lot of you guys love that, so I cannot talk about J-Lo without giving you guys a This Is Me Now. Well, listen, best friend. Let's start this tea right with a little update from Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, honey, because... Okay, so listen. Sources are saying that, you know, we've always said some negative stuff, right? Because... let's not be living on cloud Care Bear, girl. You know, negativity sells, but you know, she is a positive queen, and by she, I mean me, and I love some positive tea, girl, okay? So instead of some negative tea, we have some kind of positive-ish, you know, tea, although there's a lot of worry mixed in with J-Lo. So girl, this hanger is getting on my nerves. So the first thing is that J-Lo, sources are saying that she is looking ahead with confidence and gratitude 1 year after filing for divorce from Ben Affleck. The singer and actress has packed her calendar since the split. She's been on the road with her Up All Night tour, which kicked off in Spain and traveled across Europe this summer before wrapping up in Sardinia. According to sources, she's been having the time of her life this summer. She loved connecting with fans all over the world. The tour was amazing. It's been a great focus for her. She's been doing what she really enjoys. Now, she's also been writing some music on the sidelines, honey. She's been writing some alleged Ben Affleck hate tracks. Girl, she probably went on Netflix and saw the documentary on Taylor Swift, you know, and she goes, you know what, if Taylor writes about boys, why can't I, girl? You know, I could already picture like, Ben, you broke my heart in two. You are a sore loser, and you ain't that good in bed. Ben, he ain't that good in bed. He ain't that good in bed. He ain't that good in bed. He ain't that good. You know, I could picture a whole fucking, you know, dance routine, you know, big booty, but you got a big booty, but that Ben don't. Big booty, but you got a big, but Ben don't. Ben's dick don't cost a thing. No, I'm just kidding, bitch. Listen, so allegedly, right, she's been writing all these songs, and she supposedly has some bangers. People who have seen these songs are saying that allegedly these are the songs of the year, that this is going to be a massive hit. Only problem is, girl, do you guys remember some days ago I reported that allegedly she parted ways with her record company, and by parted ways I mean they dropped her allegedly? Well, girl, listen. She has been trying to do everything she can to put out this music. And one thing I'll say, I want to listen to this music, girl. I'm so sorry, but I need to listen to this music, because one thing about J-Lo, and I will stand firm when I say this, the girl can put on a show. I don't care what you say. If you want to come for me, roll your eyes at me, but I have seen J-Lo in concert. My best friend was... emphasis on the was obsessed with J-Lo. Now, you want to know why she was obsessed with why she's not obsessed with J-Lo, honey? Well, J-Lo was pretty rude to her when she went to Jimmy Kimmel, a taping here in Los Angeles. My best friend took the day off of work. I mean, I would never forget when she came back to my house. She was so heartbroken. She was filled with tears. Anyways, if you want to know that story, let me know in the comments. But Yeah, it was not good. So she was a huge fan. So for her birthday, my hubby and I surprised her some years back to go to Vegas to see J-Lo in concert. So we did that, and I'll tell you, J-Lo was J-Loing, honey. J-Lo puts on a damn good show. But apparently, unfortunately, the record, industry, they work on money, honey. So if they invest money into a project, they're going to want to see that money returned to them. And apparently what they invested in her latest album, This Is Me Now, did not, was not able to pay them back for what they initially invested. But girl, J-Lo, you got money, honey. Be an independent artist, bitch. Independent artists, they gotta fund their own releases, their own video shoots, their own promotion, their own everything. When you have a record company, part of your contract is that the record company invests in all of that. In the launch, in the promotion, in the songwriters, in making the album, in releasing promotion, billboards, they pay for all of that because they are waiting for their refund, basically. So I think J-Lo's probably going to become a solo artist. But supposedly Ben Affleck is doing really good too. I mean, apparently they're both doing amazing. Here's the thing, guys. When you have two people, right, who are really, really bad for each other, you really see how they are when they are apart. If they're happier, if they're more successful, if they are able to, be their best selves, like you really can see if somebody is better without a person. Like, for example, when you break up with somebody or you choose to, no longer be friends with somebody, you really do see how your life changes. I remember, this past couple years, it has been very transformative for myself, letting go of certain friendships and just, closing some doors and some chapters that just was not fully in my best, in my best interest. And I really have to say that I have never been more at peace with myself, so sometimes you have to close some chapters and you got to let go of certain situations and people for you to finally be your best self, because I do believe that there are people in your life that are there to bring you down and they drag you down, and you don't want to be a part of that. So anywho, now we got to talk about the ex-coworker that is now shading Jennifer Lopez. So, all right, have you guys seen the show Wednesday? So Luis Guzman, all right, he is in Wednesday, and I have to say, girl, Wednesday is an amazing show. It's obviously based off The Addams Family, and it's with Jenna Ortega, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But one of the co-stars shaded J-Lo. Check this out, best friend.
All right, Adam Sandler.
Amazing.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Bellissima.
Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
Obviously, this is from 1998, which is even worse because, one thing about it is, diva behaviors, like, okay, girl, the diva behaviors of it all. Listen, at some point, I think being a diva is fabulous. I love the diva, but a diva never goes low and is mean, okay? A diva is just full of themselves, but never humiliates, never brings down, never, is cruel or mean or, fatphobic or racist or nothing like that. A diva is just gliding through the air, being fabulous, not giving a damn about anything, but yet still very elegant and classy and a good person. That's my definition of a diva. That's what I like to consider myself. And so when a diva says she wants very good lighting, I love that. I love no overhead lighting, honey. I want the best seat in the house. That to me is fun diva behavior. But diva behavior that you can't even look at someone in their eyes and they make fun of you, and that's not being a diva. That's just being a bitch, okay? That's just being a mean person, okay? That is a Temu version of Regina George, all right, bitch? And so back in 1998, girl, J-Lo had only come out with Selena, which she did a phenomenal job. But I'm saying, girl, what happened back then? You know what I mean? Listen, I'll be very honest with you guys. You guys know in Hollywood, you hear everything. And I have really never heard a lot of positive things about people who've worked with J-Lo. I have met people, talked to people who have had projects with J-Lo or were on set or were PAs or, you know, assistants or this and that. And J-Lo apparently is not the nicest. But then I've also heard that she's very nice. So, you know, maybe it's just when she's in the mood to be nice or not. But I would love for Luis Guzman, okay, to give us a little bit more information on what happened. Listen, I have heard horrible things about actors and actresses and musicians. Some of your favorites that you think are so nice and so sweet are literally secretly the worst, okay? And I have a lot of tea on that, girl, that I could spill without getting into trouble, of course. But, you know, I just think it's so sad to have a bad reputation. I think that when you are so blessed to be in the entertainment business, you have all the money in the world, you have all of the success, you are able to, you know, live your best life, and you treat people bad because you think you're better than them, karma will always come for you. So I'm very intrigued to know what exactly happened, but I'm pretty sure that we're not going to know because, you know, I don't think he's going to spill the tea. But this has definitely gotten a lot of attention. So I'm wondering what J-Lo has to say about this. Not every, you know, listen, you don't get along with everybody, right? At work, I don't get along with everybody. You know, in school, I didn't get along with everybody. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, girl. That's just for sure. For some people, you're going to be a shot of absinthe, okay? You're going to be a shot of a really hard liquor, and they're not going to want to talk to you or be around you. And that's okay. We shouldn't be here to be on everybody's good side. We should just be here to be our best version. If you don't click with someone, that's fine. So I'm very curious to know who is at fault, what exactly happened. I wish I can go in the time machine, be on set of that, and see with my own eyes what happened. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Oh, that was a lot of J-Lo information, but I'm here for these songs. So I'm gonna need somebody to fund these damn songs so they can come out to the world. So what do you all think? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Bye.